Welcome to the Youth Navigator training. My name is Monica Santander, and I'm a data and research analyst at the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority. I will be conducting today's training. Today's training will cover an overview of the youth count, clarifying the important role you will play, things to expect while out in the field, and the importance of debriefing with your team at the end of surveying. Part 1. Youth Count Overview. The Los Angeles Youth Count is part of the largest homeless count in the country. It helps provide an estimate of how many young persons are experiencing homelessness on the streets on any given night throughout LA County, except for Glendale, Pasadena, and Long Beach, which conduct their own separate counts. The importance of counting and surveying is to better understand the size and scope of youth homelessness so that we can create the right tools to help us end youth homelessness. Because youth experiencing homelessness often hide in plain sight, conducting a dedicated youth count with experts, such as yourself, helps us ensure that young people are represented in our estimates of who in Los Angeles County is experiencing homelessness. Data collected from the youth count directly impacts funding and resources for homeless youth services, and it is a powerful advocacy tool. This can influence the kind of dialogue we have around homelessness. Sheltered and unsheltered young persons under 25 experiencing homelessness are both included in the total youth count. However, sheltered young persons are counted and surveyed through a separate effort. The effort you will be involved in is the unsheltered count, which includes young persons under the age of 25 experiencing homelessness on the streets. This means that we are not surveying those in housing, emergency shelters, transitional housing, safe havens, or those using vouchers. Unsheltered youth tend to be found in larger groups and may not be as easily identified as homeless, so your role in this effort is crucial. Young persons include unaccompanied minors, transition-age youth, and young families. For a person to be considered eligible for our street survey, they have to meet the following HUD-required definition. A young person or young family under the age of 25 with a primary nighttime residence that is a public or private place not designated for or ordinarily used as a regular sleeping accommodation for human beings, including a car, park, abandoned building, bus or train station, airport, or camping ground. Again, we are not surveying sheltered youth experiencing homelessness as they are being captured in a separate effort. Part 2, Youth Navigator Role. Street survey teams are made up of youth navigators, trained surveyors, and team assistants. The youth navigator's role is to assist the team in identifying where youth experiencing homelessness may be, identifying those who may be experiencing homelessness, and approaching and engaging with them. From there, they pass off surveying to trained surveyors. These trained surveyors come from USC and youth provider agencies. There may be other volunteers accompanying survey teams to assist with any logistics as needed. Youth navigators will not be surveying homeless youth in order to better ensure the confidentiality of survey participants and to focus their role on engagement, which is an extremely critical role. Youth Navigator. You've been selected because you will serve as a team expert on identifying and engaging potential survey participants. Potential participants will be most comfortable first engaging with you. You know where homeless youth can be found or common hangout areas, and you will be navigating your team. You are better skilled in identifying who may be experiencing homelessness. Part 3, Tips and what to expect. While your knowledge and experience best equip you to identify and engage possible young persons experiencing homelessness, we have come up with some approaches based on what we have learned over the years. These are just suggestions. You can come up with your own methods. Useful strategies for engagement include avoiding placing your clipboard in front of you when first interacting. This creates an unwelcoming barrier between you and the potential survey participant. Make eye contact, smile, and treat the interaction more like a conversation than a formal interview. A good opening statement could be, "Hi, I'm from LASA, and we were wondering if you knew where we could find homeless youth in the area. We are surveying young persons experiencing homelessness so that we can better understand the size and scope. Those that are eligible to participate get a $10 food card." Let them know that by participating, they are directly giving back to their community of homeless young people and will impact the health and well-being of their peers. It can also help to be clear about what they should expect, such as that it will take around 5 to 10 minutes of their time and that some questions are very personal. Other strategies for engagement include using reflective listening to determine why they are hesitant. For example, "I hear you saying," or "it sounds like." What you are hoping to do is mirror their response. This also shows that you are listening, which is a sign of care. You can also share a little about yourself. For example, "I'm out here because." Provide a narrative or story about yourself. This oftentimes allows others to feel comfortable sharing about themselves. Remind them that their answers are completely private and will not get them in trouble. Other things to keep in mind include how to know when to stop insisting on survey participation and to be aware of your own safety. An example of friendly persistence could be, "If you can handle putting up with me for a while, there is a gift card that you get for completing the survey. We'll try and make this as quick as possible. The information you provide is really important." If the person still refuses or starts showing annoyance or anger, do not insist. Thank them for their time and move on to the next participant. Expect to be yelled at. Come prepared knowing that you will face different personalities and to not take it personally, but just simply thank them for their time and walk away. Trust your judgment. If you feel uncomfortable, get yourself and your team out of the situation. Signal your partner for support if needed. If you feel you are in danger, call 911. When someone refuses to participate, don't take it personally. Be prepared to experience different levels of rejection, including aggressive language or dismissiveness. Some people don't like being surveyed. There is a myriad of reasons why, and it is important to not take it personally. If they accept to participate, introduce them to a trained surveyor on your team to start the survey. Some other things to keep in mind when out in the field include treating people and their possessions with respect. The places you are surveying could be their home. Stay within eyesight of your teammates. Do not take any pictures while out on the job. We do not want anyone taking pictures of people or places that they are sleeping in. Do not chase someone if they steal a tablet or any other items from the team. Do not give them money or extra incentives. You have to set boundaries and be fair. We will have resource information to give them if they would like. Similarly, we ask for participants a lot of personal questions in the survey, so it is normal for them to want to do the same. However, we shouldn't be answering personal questions like, "How old are you? Where do you work?" etc. We should be deflecting these questions respectfully. Do not arrange services for a participant. If a participant or member discloses a need of services, provide them with resource cards. Lastly, do not enter abandoned buildings, dead alleys, or anywhere difficult to exit. Your safety is important. These areas will be scanned by our trained outreach staff. When working in a team, it is inevitable that there will be conflict. Everyone is an important member of the team and should feel like they can be themselves and contribute. That being said, we want everyone to be respectful and responsible in their team. If a conflict arises among team members, we encourage members to address it among each other if they feel it is comfortable to do so. If the conflict is still unable to be resolved, it should be brought to the attention of the team leader. Be mindful that everyone comes from diverse backgrounds and life experiences. There is a possibility that you or others might disagree on something small or large. Never let a negative reaction or difference in opinion escalate to a conflict or argument. You are representing this effort, and we want to do our best to make it a safe environment. At the end of your shift, make sure you recap and discuss the highs and lows of the day by checking in with your survey team and/or your agency. Surveying and engagement can be exhausting, so it is important to reflect upon the experience. Your agency will be prepared to provide you with debriefing, and teams will also be engaging in debriefing sessions. And that concludes our Youth Navigator training. Thank you for your time and commitment, and please feel free to ask me any questions at this email.